Joining us live from Hartford, Connecticut, Spencer Linton, day 2 in Hartford for Spencer. It is game day, my brother. We've been counting from 2:38 to 0. What's the feeling like in the city where the game's going to be played today?
We made it.
Woo!
We made it. Do you have any party poppers left for me?
No.
Nope.
We launched everything we had and everything the budget could afford at the beginning.
Hopefully we can afford some more after we win.
That's exactly right. What's the vibe like in Hartford today with the people, the team?
You know, I think that they're anxious now. They came early, and I mentioned that was a good thing that Bronco Mendenhall made the decision to come out early and let his team acclimate. But they're chomping at the bit to play. They've all got smiles on their faces. They know what happens tonight at 7 Eastern, 5 Mountain. With that ball goes off the tee and the season gets underway. They're just ready to take care of business. Every conversation that I've had with the different BYU players has always been, yeah, we're ready. We just want to play. We just want to play. And so you like to hear that.
Do you get the sense? I know we've talked about Connecticut every stinking day and August 29th and all that. Do you get the sense that there's relief to finally play this game as you approach the first game of a season? Or is it genuine excitement to actually go out there and do something legit? I feel exhausted, I think is what I'm getting at, because we've built up to this day so much.
So that's what Coach Mendenhall was talking about.
Yeah, we did that to ourselves, so we have nobody to blame but ourselves for that. I don't know if there's exhaustion for the team. I think that there is relief in the fact that they can hit somebody else, that they get to actually play football against another team and not themselves. And so, yeah, in a way, but I think it's just genuine excitement. I had a lengthy conversation with some of the linebackers, and they're excited to go out and play this game because they feel like this team is so different than last year. A year removed from Virginia, but they feel like this is an entirely different atmosphere and team and relaxed. And so I think that they're just excited to go and see, well, you know, a year ago Virginia was a debacle. Let's go and prove to everyone across BYU Sports Nation that this team is different, and we are here to win and impress, score a lot of points.
We have to, because it's the first game and Virginia was last year, ask you about the weather again. Go ahead. Barometric pressure. Lead with that.
Oh, the barometric pressure will be 29.17.
I don't even know what that is.
I have no idea. Kickoff will be low at the time the ball is kicked off, probably low 70s. There's going to be a high of 79 today in the Hartford area, with the low about 53. 0% chance of rain.
Look at you, weatherman.
Last I saw, about 60% humidity, which is like 60% humidity because you compare that to Provo, and everything compared to Provo is humid. But it will be very comfortable come kickoff. And I don't want to hear the word rain one more time. That is a swear word in BYU Sports Nation.
Yeah, it's against the honor code. Can't say that no more.
Today, to say rain.
Starting right
now.
Rain. Yeah,
we will herefore call it precipitation.
There you go.
Yes, I like that.
Will you shed a tear or something akin to that when BYU runs out or when the first kickoff happens? I mean, we've built up to this day so much.
I can neither confirm nor deny that there will be tears welling up in my eyes at that very moment. I can't wait. I mean, it's just, when you count down 238 days from January 2nd, it's like, wait, is this day really here? And it is. So certainly there will be goosebumps, and the heart will be pounding, and you can imagine what the players are feeling at that moment as well.
Spencer, you just got to go get that one hit in. That's what we did as players, you know.
On a fellow media member.
Yeah, you find somebody on the other side, on the sideline. You know, put your head down, eyes open, so you can see, and then just make sure you wrap your arms, man. You'll get the jitters out, and you'll be ready.
Maybe Bronco Mendenhall will do that with me.
You just blow up Bronco and you're ready to go?
Do that.
Oh, my
goodness.
Let's
go, Coach.
Heck no.
He'll give you a juke move, though.
Spencer Linton is live from Hartford, Connecticut. On the scene, you can watch Spencer Linton tonight on Countdown to Connecticut, along with Brian Logan and the guys, 6 Eastern time right here on BYU TV. Our Twitter question today is, besides a win, what's the one thing you're looking for from BYU tonight? What is it for you, Spencer?
Is there anything else besides a win, Jerem?
Yes, specifics.
You tell him, Spencer.
What specifically within the win? I said who are the DBs with Rob Daniel and Jordan Johnson out? Brian Logan said red zone efficiency. What do you think?
I am looking for how Taysom Hill leads his offense up and down the field, particularly the first drive of the game. It's such a tone setter. And so I want to see how he comes out with nerves and all of the hype and talk that has surrounded him. And he went to the Manning Passing Academy, and his footwork is better and all this stuff. I want to see how that translates on the field early in the game for the offense. If the offense looks good early, then BYU's in for a very, very good night. So I say first quarter offense.
What if it's 3 and out?
You know what? I don't like that.
Why would you even say that?
Yeah.
Blue goggle it. What? No, it's going to be a touchdown.
I just want to see progress. Of course there are nerves, but how does Taysom Hill now as a junior starting quarterback handle that? That's what I'm really excited to see. I think the defense is going to be there. I want to see him move the offense and what he does now that it's an actual game scenario after a season that has been a preseason that has been super hyped.
Spencer, with all the hype surrounding Taysom's passing game and him taking it to the next level, how disappointed would you be if he, I don't know, won the game by just using his legs, kind of like last year? Maybe he was a little bit more accurate here and there, but how would you feel about that?
If they get a win in the season opener, then that is acceptable. That is acceptable for me. You know, of course we want to see Taysom Hill throw the ball and do what he did in fall camp, where he's chucking the ball around the field to that wealth of receivers that he has now. But if they win, I don't care how he gets it done. A season-opening win for BYU that's by more than 1 point would be a breath of fresh air.
Amen, brother. Well, the reason why
I feel differently.
The reason why I asked that is because, I mean, Jaron made a great point where he's saying, hey, look, you know, he's a dual threat quarterback, but, you know, his weapon is his legs. You know, he wins games with his legs. He gets first downs by his legs. He scores touchdowns with his legs.
BYU can win 8 games with his legs.
Yeah, easily.
But they'll go 10 or 11 with his arm.
Agreed.
So, yeah. And so my fear is, what I would hope is he doesn't try to rely so much on his arm and kind of shy away from what got him to this point.
Yeah, I think it's certainly something that we have discussed at length before on BYU Sports Nation, and I think teams are going to force Taysom Hill to beat them with his arm.
Does that start tonight?
I think it absolutely starts tonight against UConn. I think that UConn's defense is not good enough to force Taysom to solely throw on his throw and beat them with his arm. But he will face defenses and teams that are disciplined and sound enough this year that they are going to be assignment sound, and he will have to prove it with his arm. UConn is not that team, which is why Taysom may be able to get away with it. But there are going to be teams on the schedule like Texas and Boise State and Central Florida that returns 9 starters from a team that won a BCS bowl game last year that are going to make Taysom do things that he may feel uncomfortable with. It's just, has he learned how to deal with those scenarios? And if he can say, hey, bring it on, let's go, like he did against Utah State and against Houston last year, this could be a very special season.
So if Taysom comes out just slinging the rock, I mean, his accuracy is great.
28 for 40.
I mean, something amazing, right? I mean, can we buy into the hype of his progression because it's UConn, or do we have to wait until Texas?
Oh, we have to wait.
You have to wait, yes. It's kind of how we approached fall camp. You know, like, if it's super high, you got to rein it back, and if it's really bad, then, like, don't jump off a cliff or whatever.
Rein it back, yeah.
It takes 2 or 3, at least 2 games before you really know what your team has and how your quarterback's going to be.
Even then, we didn't know that last year.
Yeah, it took a while.
We're talking about it from a talent point of view, because if Texas is the first game and he goes out and balls out, you know, with his arm,
that's a pretty good indication. I wouldn't say it's who he is.
That's why I said earlier, it's like a scrimmage.
It's like a preseason game.
It's like a preseason game.
Yeah, the only thing is you can lose. There's more to lose than there is to gain tonight against Connecticut. That's the interesting thing with this game. Everyone, even Connecticut, expects BYU to win this game.
That's the danger of BYU opening again on the East Coast, and I think in the 4 road games that BYU has opened up under Bronco Mendenhall, they're averaging just about 2 touchdowns a game, which is why when I said, what's the one thing you want to see? And he said, boy, I hope it's points. That's what I really hope for. And so I don't know if Bronco's so concerned about how he gets the points. I think he just wants to score 24-plus and put those demons away.
Yeah, and there's John Beck's senior year is one of those. 09, that's against Oklahoma with a senior Max Hall. I mean, those guys opened with 13 and 14 points respectively. Granted, They played Arizona and Oklahoma. I think Connecticut's in a different situation. Last year, of course, is Taysom Hill, brand new offense, third start, rehab the knee, all that. So it's interesting. You mentioned earlier that any kind of win would be good enough against Connecticut. I disagree with that quite a bit because I think we need to see style points from BYU. This is a style points game. This is not a just go win the game situation to me because it's Connecticut.
This is a stats game too. It's stats.
You've got to impress in this game. It's not a mediocre team. It's a bad team.
Do I want to see BYU win by 17+? Absolutely. But more importantly, they just need to win tonight. And I know that you understand the gravity of what a loss at UConn would do for BYU's season. I mean, talk about letting the air out of everybody across the country that roots and cheers for BYU. So when I say, I just want them to win, yes. My hope is that they win by 17+ and they look great and they perform like they did in fall camp and they utilize all of the weapons that they have. Season openers are just weird sometimes. And so while you hope that the team looks great and they put up style points, if BYU wins by 7 or 10, that's not going to make me think that they'll struggle against Texas or whatever. I mean, this is the team that lost to Virginia last year and then came back and beat Texas by 19, and they kind of revitalized their season. Yes, UConn is not Virginia, which is why BYU has to win tonight so that they can get some wind in their sails as they go on the road towards Texas. But, I mean, if there's going to be some struggles. There are going to be some head-scratching moments because it's the season opener.
Yeah, great point with how BYU rebounded last year, absolutely. And then the Utah game happened. Spencer, we will see you tonight on Countdown to Kickoff. We appreciate the time. Stay dry because there's not going to be any precipitation.
I hope your Y factor pick is ready to perform tonight.
Brian, I'm bringing it, dude.
I'm just saying.
Brian was the 2013 champ.
I'm the champion, my friend.
Defending champ.
Yeah.
Please, that's all I have to say.
This is a great argument.
You may come back. I mean, my guy, Rob is
Bobby Daniel.
Bobby.
Yeah. You changed the pick.
Spencer,
we will see you tonight on the television.
Sounds good. Sports.
Thank you.